Welcome back to Jay Smokehouse. Do you have to get high to benefit from cannabis or marijuana? No, you actually do not need to get high. And there are actually many health benefits to using cannabis as a fresh vegetable. Now, before we get into this, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. I have no medical experience. This is just my own research and knowledge that I've gained. First, I'd like to go into the misconceptions of THC and marijuana and how they get you high. And that is why people smoke it. Now, I don't want to bore you with this, but very quickly, you have to heat up THC, which is THC acid, in order to remove the acid to make it THC. And that is what actually gets you high. So it has to be heated. And so what that means is that you can use marijuana as a fresh vegetable, consuming it, and you will not get high, and you actually benefit much more than you would by smoking it. And that is because in order to smoke it, you have to dry the herb. And already when you're drying cannabis, you're degrading all those other nutrients that are in cannabis, let alone burning it in order to smoke it. You're losing quite a lot of those nutrients and some of those cannabinoids. And so in a health or medicinal capacity, it's actually better to consume cannabis as a fresh vegetable rather than smoking it. Consuming fresh cannabis can assist with things such as immune system function, anti-inflammatory benefits, improved bone metabolism, and neural function. And there are even studies that have come out to suggest that cannabinoid acids can inhibit the growth of cancer cells. Now, this is just a possibility, but that is an amazing possibility. Now, the most popular way to consume cannabis as a vegetable is juicing. Juicing with vegetables has become much more popular in recent years. And even juicing with cannabis has been catching on around various communities. I've even read of many doctors using it as a dietary supplement for their patients. Now, when juicing cannabis, you want to juice the leaves and the flower or the bud of the plant. Now, I don't suggest using stems. Try to get rid of those because the fibers in those will really clog up your juicer. Also, you want to get a heavy-duty juicer because the resin in cannabis will really bog down your juicer and you want something with a lot of power. But anyway, you would juice it like you would with any other vegetable. And when you're done, I highly suggest that you take all your spent pulp and try to juice it one last time because there's quite a bit that will be left in there. Now, cannabis juice is an acquired taste for many people. And so I highly suggest that you dilute it with water, or actually I use coconut water. It really adds to the taste. I really enjoy it myself. That's what I would personally suggest. And now you're on your way to benefiting from cannabinoid acids without getting high. That's the most important part here for those who don't want to get high with cannabis. You can benefit from the cannabinoid acids without getting high by juicing it. Now to the real question, where do I get fresh cannabis? Now, if you already grow cannabis, of course, you already have a supply. But most people aren't growing cannabis. And surprisingly, most dispensaries will not sell you fresh flower. The best and easiest way to acquire fresh cannabis is from a local grower. Oftentimes, they will have clippings from their fresh cannabis. And this is just fine for juicing. And so oftentimes, they will actually give it to you or sell it to you at a very low price. But again, you're not going to be able to get this whenever you want. And juicing cannabis, you really need to use it immediately. So one trick to do to extend the life of your cannabis juice is to freeze it in ice cubes. And so you can juice your cannabis, add it to your coconut water or whatever you're using, and then put it in ice cube trays and freeze them. And then whenever you're making some juice, you just add 1 or 2 of those ice cubes to your juice. Now, I've seen many different answers as to how long cannabis juice will keep in the freezer, but the most popular ones I've seen is between 1 and 3 months. And so I suggest that you use your cannabis juice ice cubes within 30 days of freezing. And sadly, I know this isn't an answer for everybody. My hope is that in the future, we can get this legalized and decriminalized so that everyone can purchase it and or grow it themselves. And that's what's very important about this plant. There are so many benefits to it on so many levels. Getting high with marijuana is very minuscule in all the potential benefits that come with cannabis. And so my hope is to end the stigma that marijuana is just a plant to get high with. There are actually so many applications that can be used with cannabis. Now, what many people do not know is that in our bodies, we have what's called the endocannabinoid system, which is just like the nervous system. It's very crucial to our health. And there are many people who have a hard time balancing their endocannabinoids. And actually, the cannabinoids in cannabis can supplement these endocannabinoids perfectly. And that's what's so amazing about this plant. And all the medicinal and health possibilities that come with it. If you'd like to learn more about the endocannabinoid system, I actually have an episode on my channel about it. And I actually have resources on that video for the endocannabinoid system so that you can learn more. Now, thank you very much, Rebecca, for asking me to make this video. I've really enjoyed it and learned quite a bit researching about it. And also, there are links in the description of this video that you can go to see more, and you can see where I've gotten a portion of my knowledge. And so I really hope that you endeavor to try juicing with cannabis. And I hope that you've learned that you can use cannabis without getting high. If you enjoyed this video or you learned anything at all, please leave a like and a comment and let me know what you think. And also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button if you'd like to stay up to date with videos coming out in the future. And now, as always, Jay is going to go smoke a J.